January 13th, 2024, started like any other Saturday for Rita Waeni. The 20-year-old fourth-year student at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology was bright, ambitious, and full of life. Described by her family as intelligent, kind, and deeply caring, Rita was a role model in her rural home in Mukimwani Village, Makwene County, one of the few from her area to make it to university after excelling in her exams. She was active in church, radiant with potential, dreaming big. That afternoon, Rita left her aunt's house in Syokimau, Nairobi, telling family she was meeting a friend. She seemed excited, maybe a little nervous. No one thought twice. She was an adult, responsible, trustworthy. But that friend was someone she'd connected with online, a man who'd persistently messaged her, inviting her out multiple times before. She'd turned him down often, but this time she agreed. By evening, worry crept in. Rita wasn't answering calls. Her phone went silent. Then horror unfolded. The next day, January 14th, caretakers at a short-stay Airbnb apartment along Thika Road Mall, TRM Drive in Roysambu, noticed something chilling. Blood-soaked bed sheets dragged down the stairs, suspicious black polythene bags dumped outside. They alerted the owner, who called police. Inside the apartment, a nightmare. Blood everywhere, walls, floor, bed, and body parts. Dismembered remains stuffed in garbage bags dumped like trash. Panic spread. Who was this woman? Police pieced together clues. A booking made by a man the day before. CCTV showing a young woman arriving with a guy in a baseball cap. Then, the family got terrifying. Messages from Rita's phone. Demands for 500,000 Kenya shillings ransom. Photos sent to push payment. Rita, helpless, a hacksaw nearby. The family scrambled, desperate to save her, but it was too late. DNA confirmed the worst. The remains were Rita's. And separately, days later, her severed head was found wrapped in polythene at a dam in Kiambu, miles away, as if to hide evidence forever. Kenya reeled. How could this happen to a vibrant young woman on a simple meetup? Social media exploded. Justice for Rita trended. Femicide protests ignited. This wasn't isolated. It was part of a brutal wave killing women across the country. Autopsy details leaked. Rita had been strangled first, fighting for her life. Then decapitated. Dismembered. Even her nails clipped, perhaps to erase DNA. The killer was cold, calculated, experienced. Police vowed justice. CCTV captured the suspect, young, light-skinned, speaking fluent Swahili, walking confidently with Rita. He knew the area. But who was he? And why the ransom after death? As arrests began, hope flickered, but darker twists were coming. The hunt for Rita Waeni's killer turned frantic. Detectives cracked her phone, traced bookings, pored over CCTV. The suspect had used a fake line, bought items suspiciously. Theories swirled. Robbery gone wrong? A cult ritual? Or something personal? Early arrests gave hope. First, two Nigerian nationals, William Ovi Opia and John Bull Asibor, nabbed in Kiambu after Rita's head was found nearby. One had an expired passport. Police linked them to the scene. Held for days. Headlines screamed breakthrough. Then a Mozambican detained trying to flee. More suspects. Kenyans near the apartment. But one by one, they walked free. By February 2024, the Nigerians were released. Insufficient evidence. DNA pending but never linking them. March brought more releases. Other locals freed for lack of proof. The main suspect from CCTV? Still a ghost. In April 2024, DCI released clear footage and photos, pleading for public help. Do you know this man? He wore a white cap, black clothes, strolled casually with Rita before vanishing. Months dragged. No charges stuck. The killer, or killers, seemed to have vanished. Rita's family buried her quietly on February 5, 2024, in Makwene, a private ceremony amid unbearable grief. They praised initial DCI efforts but grew frustrated. By early 2025, they spoke out. The case had gone cold, leads ignored, information needed from investigators unmet. We had hope, they said, but stagnation set in. This tragedy fueled Kenya's femicide firestorm. Rita's brutal death became a symbol in 2024 protests. Thousands, marching against the epidemic, claiming over 100 women that year alone. Her case echoed others, young lives stolen in Airbnbs, dates turning deadly, bodies discarded. Calls for better laws, faster probes, protection for women meeting online. As 2025 wore on, mentions faded, but pain didn't. Articles noted over a year ago, Rita's dismembered body sparked national outrage, yet no justice. Into 2026, the file gathers dust. The CCTV man, still unidentified, possibly free. Ransom demands, clipped nails, separate head dump, all clues leading nowhere. Rita Waeni deserved a future, graduation, career, family. Instead, she became a statistic in a crisis Kenya can't ignore. Her radiant soul, stolen in seconds by a monster who planned every cut. Will justice ever come? Or will her voice, like so many, vanish into silence? Rest in peace, Rita. Your story shook a nation. May it finally force change. Thank you for watching this heartbreaking Kenyan true crime case. If you have tips or want more on the femicide wave, comment below. Like, subscribe, and stand against violence. Justice for Rita.
The main findings were that the head had been chopped off on the neck at the level of C5 vertebra. This is the vertebra on the neck. There were bruising on the scalp, which to me looked like caused by a blunt object. And then upon looking at the neck structures, we also saw some fractures of bones, which are usually very important in homicide. One of the bone is called hyoid bone, which was fractured. Then there's what is called thyroid cartilage also, which had some fracture and hemorrhage. So from all this, I can comfortably conclude that what caused the death of that young lady was strangulation, after which she was decapitated and the body dumped. What actually we've done today, because the head is decomposed, and being decomposed, we have to be very sure and use scientific ways of knowing if indeed this head belonged to that lady.